Jason Garrett, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, is on the phone line. Do I call you a Dookie, Coach? Do I do that?
Well, we're certainly big supporters of Duke basketball. There's no question about that.
How did that come about? Where did this come from, Coach?
Well, I've always been a big fan. Obviously, when you have a program like that, led by a guy like that, it's hard not to like and respect what they've done for years and years and years. So, I love basketball, so I've been a fan literally since, high school and college when Coach K first got there and followed their team closely. But we've gotten to know Coach K here in the last few years, and it really goes to Calvin Hill. Obviously, Grant Hill played at Duke,
sure.
and Calvin was very close to that program, and Calvin works for the Cowboys. And soon after I was named the head coach here 4 years ago, Calvin and I had a conversation, and we talked basketball a lot, and he said, hey, you need to go down and see Coach K. And I said, Calvin, don't ask me twice on that.
Sure.
I'll be there in a heartbeat. And sure enough, about 3 weeks later, we had the whole thing arranged where I went down, and my wife and I went down, and I spent literally 3 days with the program. Got there Friday around noon, and they were playing Georgia Tech on a Sunday night. And I literally got immersed in every aspect of the program. They were so generous and gracious to have me sit in on meetings, go to shoot-arounds, eat meals with them, go to practice, be in the meetings before the game, be in the meetings after the game. And I just learned so much from the experience, and had so much respect from the outside, and then obviously that respect has grown enormously being around Coach K, his family, his staff, his team, and I've had the opportunity to go down a couple more times, and it's just a great experience. And he's the absolute best. He's been so good to me, as has everyone down there, and we're huge fans.
So what have you picked up, I guess? Is there something that you could point to and say, I saw that from Coach Krzyzewski, and I'm bringing that to the Dallas Cowboys? Is there any specific instance
I literally, you and I could talk about this. We could talk about this the rest of the day. We could have a 10-hour conversation
really?
about my impressions of him, what he's built there over the last 35 years, and what I've learned and what we've tried to instill here with the Cowboys. And it's on so many different levels. It's small logistical things. It's big philosophical things. It's relating to players. It's structure in your organization, on your team. There's so many different things that I've learned from him. And he's been a great friend and a great resource since that first time I went down there. And, we'll have conversations on the phone while I ask him some different things. And I can just tell you, every time I finish a conversation, I'm just amazed at how smart he is, how aware he is, how wise he is. And he just makes me better in every part of the job that I do. And I'm just thankful for the relationship that we have.
Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. So did Romo and Witten reach out to you saying, hey, I see you're going to these Duke games, can we come? Or did you reach out to them? How did this sort of traveling group come about?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I actually shared a lot of the stuff that I learned very directly with those guys and with our team, and cited some examples of different situations that happened when I was there, and shared a lot of stories with them, and shared some thoughts and philosophies with them. And, they were a little bit like me. Don't ask me twice. If we ever have an opportunity to do that,
sure,
we want to go do it. And last year, Tony and I went down there. We went down for the North Carolina game, and, that was just a great opportunity to see them play against North Carolina and have that time together in such a special environment. And then we're able to do that again this year. We went down and saw them play Wake Forest at Cameron Indoor, and then had a chance the other day to go down to Houston and see the Elite Eight game. So we're just big fans. I'm indebted to Coach K, his family, and his staff, and we're just big supporters of them and believe really strongly in what they're doing there.
What if a bracket comes out, Coach, and Princeton takes on Duke? What happens for you there? Do you still have your own school ties where you would have to...
You know what I tell our media guys?
Sure.
Down here, as I say, we really don't believe in dealing with hypotheticals. So.
What a coach response that is. That's such a coach response right there.
If that were to happen,
sure.
No one's a bigger fan of Princeton University and Princeton football in basketball than I am. And, I went to all the games.
Sure. Did you meet Pete Carrill, Coach Carrill?
Coach Carrill's a dear friend of mine. I see him every summer. He comes to my football camp.
Okay.
So I love him to death. So we'd have a really good conversation if that hypothetical situation ever came up.
Yeah, and you work a backdoor play into the Cowboys offense sometimes, right? You could try to work that in there every now and then.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the all-time greats, Coach Carrill.
Oh, and really, I have a similar feeling. I expressed, my gratitude to Coach K and his generosity to me, and I've known Coach Carrill literally since my sophomore year in college, and we've developed a great relationship. We had one when I was in school and was close to the basketball program, and he's just a dear friend, and I have similar conversations with him over the phone, and it's a great day. We do a football camp up at Princeton every summer, and we do a dinner on Friday night. We call it a leadership forum for all the people who come in to help coach these kids, and we spend the day on Saturday. There's 300 disadvantaged kids from that tri-state area who come down, and we just have a great day teaching them football and life skills. And Coach Carrill's been a part of it for a long, long time. And one of the great times of my year is getting back to Princeton on Friday. And as everyone who's involved in the camp is organizing the T-shirts and the Gatorade and all the different things that we're going to need for the next day, Coach Carrill and I sit in the training room and we visit. And we visit for 3, 4, 5 hours, and he just shares wisdom with me. He tells stories, and he's a dear friend, and again, so wise, so experienced, and helps me in so many different ways. But I really, really love him and appreciate his friendship as well.
Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett joining me here, and I guess down the road, southwest from Princeton is where you're going to find DeMarco Murray playing some professional football from here on out. How strange is it going to be for you to see him twice a year wearing green now, Coach?
Well, it'll be different. It'll be different. DeMarco was a really good player for us. He was with us for 4 years, and we drafted him in the 3rd round in the 11 draft, and he came in and really made an impact on our team. And as we got better around him and developed our offensive line and became a more physical running team, he was the guy that was the bell cow for us. And what he did over the last couple of years for us, I just think is something that I'll never forget. It's really why you coach, to be around guys like that. And he had such a good year this past year and was a big part of the success we had as a team. And he just did it the right way. He's tough, he's physical, and he's a team guy. And so many things that I appreciate, his teammates appreciate. And really, we wish him nothing but the best. That hasn't changed. Obviously, he's going to a team in our division who we play twice a year, and we're going to compete against him. But that doesn't diminish the respect that we have for him.
So what was it like for you? Obviously, this is the business side of things. You're the coach of the team. Did you think he was going to leave? What was it like from your position?
Well, again, you said it. It's the business side of football, and everyone in our organization wanted DeMarco Murray to be here. Our ownership did, our personnel people did, coaches, his teammates. We wanted him to be a Dallas Cowboy. But there are business considerations that we have and certainly that he has as a player. And we couldn't come to an agreement that was beneficial for both of us. And he had an opportunity to go somewhere else where other factors came involved that he felt were more attractive than staying here. But again, that doesn't diminish our respect for him and our desire to have him here. Now, once we've made that decision, he made his decision, we made our decision, now you have to move on. And that's the nature of the NFL in the salary cap era. You have to make some of these hard decisions, both as a player and as a team, and you have to live with them. So, we have to have other guys in here. We want to play that same style of football that we played last year. So we have some running back candidates on our roster. There's certainly some candidates in the draft. So now we have to move on, but we really wish him nothing but the best.
And Rolando McClain re-signed today. What's Sean Lee's status right now?
Sean has been working hard. He had that knee surgery last year, hurt on the first day of OTAs, and he's been working, day in and day out since then. And he's one of the great players I've been around, one of the great people. And unfortunately, he's dealt with some injuries in his career, but he's around our facility, working with our rehab guys and getting stronger and better and better. So excited to see him back out on the field.
Are you going to Indy for the Final Four?
As of now, I'm not. But as of about 11 o'clock on Saturday night, I wasn't going to Houston either.
Well, I mean, Houston is obviously more geographically sound for you. But okay. And the last question I need to ask you, and you've been an adopted Duke guy. Does the reverse work? Is Coach K a Dallas Cowboy fan? I mean, is that a touchy subject, or is he a Cowboy fan? What can you tell me about that?
You know, he grew up in Chicago, so he has a lot of Chicago Bear roots.
Right.
But I really do believe that he and a lot of the people at Duke have become Cowboy fans, and we've given them a lot of swag over the last few years. So hopefully they're wearing it and spreading it out among their family and friends. But you know, we're certainly huge fans of his, and we hope that they're fans of ours too, because we love the experience and we love our friendship.
Coach, thanks for calling in and sharing the thoughts. Appreciate it.
Love talking to you, man.
Same here. Same
Take
here.
care.
You bet. That's Jason Garrett, head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.